Hello, good morning. 10 minutes past 8. My name is Ifeyemi Andrew. I hope you're having a great morning wherever you are hearing the sound of my voice. And so, we had retired police officers storm the streets of Abuja on Monday, and they were protesting poor pension and other living conditions. This protest took place at the same time in Edo, in Plateau State, in Kwara State, in Taraba State, and Cross River States. In Abuja, retired police officers were seen under the rain, protested at the National Assembly entrance gate, where they were joined by other group of protesters that was led by the convener of the Revolution Now movement, Omoyele Sowore, who had put out a statement on X at the time, I remember, saying it's time to fight for the police, and he would join the police protesting. I remember there was a statement that also came to say police officers were not protesting, and if we were to go down to the root of it, it would simply mean that some people thought he was referring to serving police officers. Now, the Police Act doesn't allow serving police officers to engage in protests, which would lead me to my question for this conversation that I would need you to respond to. Should the Police Act that stops officers from protesting be looked into? Should it be changed? Especially when officers know that they are not treated well. We have similar thing in the civil service too, they are all civil servants anyways. You can't say anything, you have to be silent. You are allowed to gather, but you're not allowed to protest in certain ways. They just find very nice legal ways of trying to hush people. In the police, welfare has been a problem, still is a problem, and those that are serving are seeing what those that have retired are going through. So you can only imagine what they are thinking. And in all of this, you still have to smile and come to work and just believe that the system would work. And clearly, the system doesn't look like it is working. So where does that leave us? Where does that leave us? So it brings me to the question, should we consider changing the Police Act that stops officers from protesting, especially when they are not treated well? This morning, I'll be speaking with the former AIG of police, AIG Abutu Yaro, would be joining us on the show this morning. And he will be giving us insight into what the pension plan is like. Hello, sir. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you, sir. How is life after service?
Fine, thank you. And thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So just to get into it as quickly as we can, so we maximize available time. On Monday, we had a protest across the country, in Abuja, in Kwara, in Edo, in Plateau, Cross River, name it. And we had retired police officers protesting, saying that their pension is poor, gratuity poor. We heard one of them even saying that they get as low as 1 point something million as gratuity. Some saying their monthly pension, they're getting 22,000, some 30,000, some 40,000, some 14,000. What is the pension package like, the retirement package for police officers? What is it like? If you can give us some insight.
Well, the much I can tell at this extent is that the retirees themselves have spoken and you have heard them. And I think the logical thing to do after listening to them could have been to put a call to the appropriate authority that pays or that's responsible for the payment to either validate or rebut the claims they are making, and then the true position is understood. So as it is, I think it is important for us to do more of a balanced investigative journalism by listening to the other side of the paying authority, having listened to the receiving authority, which is the retiree. By such effort, the issues at stake will better understood, and the public better understanding of the realities will be deeper. That is my take on this.
All right. I mean, you served, you are retired now. And so we believe that you're in a better position to also tell us whether the complaints...
The position of the retirees is what you have heard from the retirees, and I'm a retiree. Therefore, it is incumbent for the journalist or for your establishment to contact either the pension authority or the police paying officers or this office to report or to reaffirm or disclaim what the retirees have said. The retirees have spoken on behalf of the rest of us, individually and collectively. And so you have heard.
Okay. But then it brings us to ask this question. In general, what is the pension scheme like for police officers? We know that the contributory pension scheme is what it is, but is it something that's been judiciously implemented with regards to officers paying their part and the government paying its part?
If it is judiciously implemented, the spiral effect or cacophony of a protest you are hearing couldn't have occurred. Arising from what you have seen or what you have heard, with specific reference to Monday demonstration, it is obvious that what is regarded as pension benefit for policemen is unsatisfactory, slavish, and it does not encourage anybody to put his best. So the retirees have spoken on behalf of the million others who were not at the protest venue, and their presentation or their perspective is the same nationwide. Therefore, let's make more effort and ask PENCOM and the Nigerian Police Management Team what really it is. Is it to reaffirm what they have said, or to rebut what they are saying, or to justify the agitation or otherwise?
Okay. What does this then mean for serving police officers when they see this? For many, they say this sort of situation is contributing to why we have a high level of unprofessionalism among some police officers. It's also possibly contributing to why the morale of officers to do their job, I mean, those serving now, might be really low. Do you agree with this?
I agree with that, and it even go deeper than that.
Give us insight.
Apart from what you have said.
How deep?
Yeah, it goes deeper than what you have even said. The repercussions or the impact of the event unfolding or the kind of debacle we are witnessing, apart from demoralizing those who are in service, it impinges on national insecurity, which is a greater form of havoc for us as a nation. If the police force or the policing element of our society are not satisfied with their remuneration, either in service or after service, then you can as well consider national security architecture to be off the mark, in the sense that the primacy of national security of Nigeria, 80% to 75%, revolves around policing efforts. And these are the groups that are disenchanted. Therefore, your guess is as good as mine with respect to national security failure. Aside that, what is happening goes deeper in the sense that it even discourages coming generation or younger generation of Nigerians from taking up employment or engagement in policing Nigeria. And I don't know what Nigeria will stand to be in the next 10 to 15 years with respect to the kind of a demoralized police architecture we are running. The time is up for the nation to do the needful and reinvent itself, rearrange the police forces, pay them well, both in service and out of service. If not, we shall continue to gamble around our security needs and around our national security survival, and will continue to become a kind of a national and international embarrassment, both to the African environment and the international environment. So that is my perspective.
All right. Before we go on the commercial, I took my time to look at what former governors, deputy governors, what lawmakers they make. The pension package for former governors is quite interesting. So basically, there are assigned houses. I think 2 houses in choice locations. They have vehicles. I think for governors, about 3 vehicles that should be changed every 4 years. They have car maintenance. They have, I'm using River State as an example, similar to Lagos State. They have car maintenance. They have allowance for furniture. They have allowance for staff in the house, for gardeners, cleaners, personal assistants. They have security provided, and so on and so forth. I'd like you to give us an insight. For serving police officers, do they have health insurance, accommodation? Because I know for the military, I've been to the barracks a few times. And where I see some of those officers' families stay, it's not something that anybody would ordinarily want to just live in. It's not comfortable or conducive. What's the situation for officers serving in the police? Is there a provision for a conducive accommodation, scholarship for their children, health insurance, and other benefits?
To the best of my knowledge, the answer is no. And the situation is not getting better. And the hope of getting better is very dim. And like as I said earlier, the overall impact on this development on our national security is as bad or as ugly as you can imagine. For now, all what you have said does not really exist. And if it exists, it's just in theory. And that is why the security system continued drifting.
So what happens if a police officer loses his life on the line of duty?
Well, when there's loss of life, there are always some provisions for death benefits and compensation. But the package seldom comes. And if it comes, it's seldom timely. So at the end of the day, pittance are always made available as compensatory element. And considering this kind of vacuum in provision, that is why most times when life-threatening situation is about occurring and the policemen are conscious that they may become victim, they rather take to safety instead of facing the situation that will aggravate to fatality. Because at the end of the day, the fatality is not always addressed as timely and satisfactorily. And goes to say that all these ineffective response and untimely response, both by the appropriate authority, has impacted on police effectiveness. And that is why you are seeing the police in the state they are in terms of timely response to situation and serious management of worse issues.
Mm. All right. We'll just hold our thoughts here, Mr. Yaro. We'll go on a short commercial. When we come back, there's one more question I'd like you to respond to, and then we'll open the phone lines and get responses from the listener. Perhaps they would have questions for you to respond to as well. So please stay with us.
Thank you.
The conversation continues here on the Morning Crossfire Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Remember that we are live on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So get there now, drop your comments, interact with the live stream, ask your questions. We'll take as many as we can, or use the WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. After the commercial, there's more.
Wow, Folake, this your new office.
Good morning. The conversation continues. My guest is the former AIG, Abutu Yaro, is with us on the show this morning. Sir, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right, before we go any further, I'd like us to listen to this. This is our sister station in Lagos. We've spoken to military retirees, just to say that this is not peculiar to the police. We also have men in the army who are affected by this, and this is what they had to say in their own situation. Let's just listen briefly.
After Yaro, we leave that one part. When President Buhari entered last year, 2015, he asked us, everyone who fought Nigeria Biafra war, who go out in voluntary discharge, he should go and do verification. They should come out very fast. And they come out, they will do the verification as a genuine pensioner. Since year 2015, up to now, we never hear anything up to now.
All right, so that's a retired military officer. Two of them we had. And the point is, they said not 1 naira has been paid in gratuity since 1979. And they even did another verification from the Yaradua time to the Buhari time. And up till now, there's nothing for them. And that's their situation at the moment. Now, Mr. Yaro, I'd like to get your view on this. We know that the Police Act doesn't allow for police officers to protest. Should we consider changing that, especially knowing that police officers have a lot that they are going through, but unfortunately cannot vent or express how they feel because of what is contained in the Police Act?
Well, the people that demonstrated are not serving policemen. They are retired police officers.
Exactly.
Our Police Act does not
cover them.
Applicable to retired officers.
Yes.
So?
I'm saying for those that are serving, who are seeing what they are seeing, at the moment are going through what they are going through, they don't have access to health, no proper health insurance, no proper housing. We even hear reports of how even uniforms that they wear and how it's funded. In fact, to even run a police station, the funding of it is a problem. The list is endless. Their children and families end up suffering after, while they are serving. Even some of them lose their lives in the process, and there's nothing that comes. There's a lot that's going on within the police force. But then these officers, as pained as they are, seem like they are twisted into say they can't say anything because of what the act says. And that's what I'm asking. Is it time we begin to look into that act and begin to make some adjustments that would allow for police officers to be able to vent how they feel adequately so that the response that it is required is given to the situation?
Well, that vision or mindset is inapplicable or inappropriate in this context. Policing arrangement all over the world is premised on the core value of patriotism, silent and silent compliance with the extant laws, and it doesn't give room for own dissent. It's not only a Nigeria environment. It's a universal dictum. Being that as it may, it is not by protest or open expression of disaffection that issues can only be corrected. And for security organizations, we do not subscribe to that, and I don't recommend that. What is more important is creating an understanding of the inadequacies of the system. And in our own respect, that understanding of these inadequacies have already been made known, and it is known to all and sundry. Therefore, it is not the issue of sensitizing the authority through protest by serving member that can provide the necessary leverage for further action. What is rather required is the political will by the government to do a review or a rethinking about the issues pertaining to the welfare of servicemen and welfare of retirees. That will go a long way in ensuring that our national security objective is achieved. As it is, we are aware of the situation. The government is aware, but the will to catalyze this awareness into productive response seems to be the missing link. And that is the role that you, the media in particular, need to do more. The servicemen have expressed their resentment through polite presentations and many forums. And the ex-servicemen have overtly expressed their disenchantment with the system. Therefore, they have done their bits. The next is for the fourth rim of the estate, which is the press, to do more and emphasize on these issues which have been made open so that the appropriate political authority can take further positive action. So
all right,
that is my part.
Okay, then. Let's open the phone lines and take contribution from the listener. 08179230007. 08179230007. You can also call us on 08179230002. 08179230002. That's a number to call to get through to us this morning. Use the WhatsApp number 0809030616 and share your thoughts with us if you've been following on the conversation. For those who haven't, remember, we're streaming live on Facebook, so you can go on Facebook and listen all over again what the conversation is about. This one says, good morning. Please, sir, the explanation is not working. Why will someone serve his country for 35 years and can't be paid pension? That's Delmark Jessam. You sent that message in. Braid from Old GRA. Good morning. Let's hear you. Hello, Braid. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
All right, go on, please.
Yes, my name is Chief Comrade. I am Braid. My take this morning, the senior police officer that is there is economical with the truth of what is happening within the paramilitary as police force. Yes, if you have any of your relation that is a serving police officer, you will see that the police is underfunded. And you see that police today is even buying their button. Ordinarily, that button, uniform, shoes, there is within the year, they give them almost 2 times. But today, why is it not given to those police officers? And if you go the corridors of our state command, you will see where some people are selling those things, putting it inside their vehicle, inside the boot. They are selling it. And look at an ordinary police officer. What are we talking about? Their welfare is not consigned to the IG and the DIG's AIG. These AIGs, DIGs, commissioners of police, they are living well flamboyantly. They have skyscrapers even outside the church. They send their children to overseas for schools, education. But the rank and file, from constable to CSP, they don't see all those things. CSPs that manage the various police stations, divisions, suffers a lot. There are no lights. They even sought for money to buy fuel, buy generator, to power the station. They buy even stationery, what they use in taking statements. The ordinary rank and file, source it and buy it. And look at their pension. They put them into contributing pension, and at the end of the day, what they are supposed to give to them, they don't give to them. How could a police officer retired? You are giving him 2 million. 2 million in this country. What would he do with that? You are sending him as a police officer who know how to carry the gun to go and carry gun somewhere else to use to intimidate people to have some gratification. And look at the U.S. Do you see that U.S. retired dog? That dog that were retired. Look how they funded that dog. And Nigerian police cannot fund Nigerians that are working as a police officers. And that is why you see this our police officers littered on the street of Nigeria. And the police senior officers, they have enriched themselves.
All right, Braid, thank you. Let's go to Caesar. Caesar is calling from SAS Road. Caesar, good morning. All right, we lost the call from Caesar. If you can, please do well to call us back. It would be fantastic to hear from retired police officers who are there, or police officers who are even listening if they want to be anonymous. 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0002. Ida from Nkoro, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Yes, go on.
I agree with your guest in the studio, yes. I'm pleading with the federal government and the IG of police to pay these people their money because they suffered a lot. They should please help them. They don't have anything doing. But everything that belongs to them, give it to them. How much IG is collecting? When they want to pass, you see police will collect how many billion for security. But you will not fund them. Go and see their shoes. Go and see most of their uniforms. Their beret. It's not good. But when you see American police, you enjoy, you guys, to join police will hungry you. But when you see our Nigerian police, to join police will not hungry you. And they should not protest, because when we protest, they always shoot taggers. Let them not protest, but they will pay them their money. Thank you.
Godwin from Rukboku, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Go on.
This is my first time of calling.
All right, go ahead.
I want to say something concerning police activities in Nigeria. Sometimes I blame the police because they allow politicians to use them as tools. Now, if anything happens in this country and people want to protest, you will see the same police stopping them. They behave as if they are benefiting from this politician. And secondly, so-called politicians are playing game on them. If you don't belong to where they belong, they will not promote you. Not give you what suits you. Thank you. This is my own contribution.
All right, Godwin, thank you very much. I'm sure my guest would give us insight into that. I think I'll just go to my guest quickly. Sir, is there any truth in what he has said about how promotions work in the police and say there's some politics being played and you have the interference of politicians when it comes to promoting police officers sometimes?
Thank you for the conversation. You know, in a situation we find ourselves, all opinion and observations are relevant to the problem of the ground. And like as I said earlier, the redressing these issues falls within the parameters of exclusive responsibility of the political authority, which of course is the presidency and the National Assembly. The presidency and the National Assembly are the appropriate authority that have capacity and authorization to do the needful with respect to appropriate policing culture and policing organization in our country. And as I said earlier, it is most necessary at the point of come now. We're at a crossroads. This appropriate authority needs to be reminded of the collective challenges we have seen, collective problems that the serving members and the retirees have expressed, so that we solve it once and for all.
All right.
The police as an an organization cannot provide for itself. It's the presidency and the National Assembly that define and give to Nigerians the kind of police that we desire, so that we don't continue to perambulate or continue to dissipate energy or focus to the management team of the police. It is the presidency and National Assembly that actually are the owners, financiers, and organizers of the Nigerian police. So said our constitution.
All right, then. Let's go to Rumigbo. Lawson, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lawson. Please go on. Let's hear you.
Okay. Firstly, I just want to ask. Your guest, you introduced him as a retired, is it an AIG or thereabout?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let's ask him. After retirement, as his gratuity or his pension, all that is due to him, has he received them? Then thereafter, has he been receiving his pension every month? So if he is receiving his, and those are the lower cadre rather, are not receiving theirs, what are they doing? What he himself is doing to it? Then another is that when the issue of the IG came up that he's supposed to retire and then he's being brought back, the law is amended for him, we saw how the police, they came out all out, particularly from their media angle, to ensure that they educate the Nigerian populace of what is truly happening as regards the IG retirement. So in this issue of police not being paid, maybe because of underfunding, why are they not using the same strength and energy? Again, yesterday, in fact, I even had to download the video of Mr. President, where he was saying he's working hard to ensure that there is enough money for the federal government, the state, and the local government. In fact, he was saying we should call out our governors. That means there is money in the system. If the police go to the National Assembly and tell them that, look, there will be problem if we don't increase, I'm talking of the IG, if we don't increase the salaries of these people, there will be a day that these persons may revolt. Therefore, we are saying that is the very essence why you are the IG, VIG, or AIG. It's not just to be at the office for any other reason. You also have to have the people who are below you at work, and then work towards it. If the IG goes to the Senate President and says, look, we want social and social section of the Police Act to be amended so that we can have enough fund. Our president have said that there is now enough fund. So they cannot even say that there is no money. There is money now. So the president himself said it. I have the video. He said there is money after they removed subsidy. So this issue of money is not there for this. And then again, let me say, it's garbage in, garbage out. When you see police on the road taking money, it's because at the entrance of joining the Nigerian police, they have the system has collected money from them. That's why you will also bring out tools. And if the IG cannot stop it, nobody can tell me.
All right, Lawson, thank you. Let's take one more call from Chima, and then my guest would respond to your question in conclusion. Chima, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
All right, straight to the point, please.
Andrew, I think the way this country is structured right now, it favors mainly those at the helm of affairs, like governors, presidents, and the National Assembly. Because you just read out some of the allowances these guys collect, even in their office, when they left office. Like the current president today is still collecting pension as former Lagos State governor, running to billions of naira. So what is wrong with Nigerian system, whereby people who actually put up their years in service, 30-something years, you are paying the person 2 million as pension? I mean, it's unheard of, I tell you. And it's unheard of. I think in as much as Nigerians antagonize police because of their stance whenever people want to come out to ask the government to do something right. But this very one, I think I support this very protest. And I pray that the current IG or those who are responsible to be able to adjust this very thing. Look at a dog was being celebrated in the U.S. I mean, we are talking of dog there. And human being here, after putting up such years in service, they are giving you a peanut. You understand? And those who find their way to the helm of affairs through any means, at the end of the day, they collect bogus allowance, newspaper allowance, and the rest of them. So please, let something be done. Thank you.
All right, Chima, thank you. Quickly now, let's go back to my guest. Sir, you heard the caller before this one and the question he asked about are you receiving all of your are you getting your pension? Have you received your gratuity and entitlements upon retirement? And if yes, what role can retired officers who retired at a higher level while during service play to help those below them have justice in this situation?
Thank you. Like as I said in the recent comments before the interlude, the issue about policing with respect to post-retirement service, agitations and dissatisfaction, it goes beyond this conversation. The appropriate person to ask, as I said earlier, is the presidency and the National Assembly. These are the constitutional authority that technically owns, provides for, and owns the Nigerian police.
But sir, I think the major question is: Have you been receiving your pension and your gratuity?
Allow me to finish.
All right.
You know, why I'm saying that the conversation should not be individual specific, and we should not personalize this kind of conversation. We are talking about institutional problem and national challenges we are having with respect to policing.
All right.
The nosediving it to personal question and answer will vitiate the essence of this conversation.
Well, we're not really personalizing it because we're already out of time, and we just wanted to get your response to that quickly so we can.
The response are flowing, but I wouldn't like it to be in a kind of a personalized assessment. We are talking about policing benefits.
All right, sir.
And police protests.
All right, sir.
And what is the way forward?
The
way forward, as stated specifically.
Unfortunately, time will not allow us to continue. We've gotten your thoughts on some of those already. Hopefully, we'll continue to follow the situation and see what comes at the end of it and get more of your thoughts on it as time progresses. In the meantime, thank you very much for being a part of the conversation this morning.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Have a great day, sir. My name is Ifeemi Andrew, and that's it for us this morning on the Morning Crossfire. Hello Port Harcourt comes in, but shortly after this commercial. Stay with us.